Well, it looks like Jim Spagg and Ed Dakota will not be breaking bread at any neighborhood barbecues this summer. There'll be no borrowing a cup of sugar or anything neighborly like that. No, these two are at war, and as George Chickarone discovered, their motto of "shove thy neighbor" was readily apparent on one amazing piece of videotape which captured all the rock'em sock'em action.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor.
In a nice, peaceful Portland, Oregon community, what would make one's neighborly neighbors behave like this? And this? And this? This is Ed Dakota, an area welder, and this is Jim Spagg, a local eccentric cable TV host. Again, what would cause such mean-spirited athletic activity between two grown men?
Well, a woman, this woman, caught on tape with Jim on his show during much, much happier times.
You know what? She's the kind of girl I've always wanted, but never deserved, man.
Only Jim's girlfriend delivered him the ultimate blow when she moved out of his house and in with Ed, the neighbor next door. Jim claimed his somewhat soggy neighbor roughed him up, so he built an addition onto his home to house his home video camera.
I needed proof. This man was violent, and this man should have been arrested.
He's actually not really the clown that he purports to be on TV. He's actually kind of a miserable old man.
Well, after that, things around the old side yard fence, shall we say, got a bit lively.
Would you be mine?
Hey, not that.
Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Oh, you got me in the shoulder. Hey, you sappy. If he has a First Amendment right to say he'll kick my ass, well, then I can certainly tell him I think he's a dirty, rotten, low-down, low-class ball, you see?
He's actually kind of a miserable old man.
Aren't neighbors supposed to lean over the fence and kind of talk and chat and borrow sugar? What are you guys doing here?
He wanted to be too good of a neighbor for me, I guess. He wanted to take care of my woman, but he took too good a care of her.
But most of what Jim captured on tape, according to his attorney, was two men behaving like children.
We're dealing with a couple of lunatics. That's the bottom line. Both these guys are crazy.
Jim's neighbor, Ed, says Spagg would sit there day after day and harass he and his new girlfriend, Jim's ex, and even pulled surprise attacks. Causing him not only to get sopping wet, but hopping mad, too.
We can't come and go. That's just right here, every time.
All he's wanted to do is drag me down to his level, and God forbid, from time to time, I stooped. But I won't do it now. I won't do it anymore.
And there he is.
And if he would leave me alone, I'd be more than glad to leave him alone.
Jim thought he was far from washed up, so he took to the airwaves of his local cable TV show, which he hosts most of the time without the benefit of clothing nor good taste.
Art doesn't have to be good to be art.
His mission, to win his girl back with song.
A neighbor seduced you while I was in prison. It was low.
It didn't work.
Forget it! I'm not yours anymore.
Oh, sure. I still love her, and she still loves me. We're good friends, you see. Hey, how do you like being my neighbor, Eddie? Are we good neighbors?
Is he egging me on, or is he egging me on?
Well, eventually, things got a bit nasty, and neighbor Ed gave neighbor Jim a couple of punches, captured on camera. Ooh, that has to hurt.
Yeah, he punches me sincerely. He's a very sincere puncher.
Well, Jim thought he had his evidence and proceeded to sue Ed for $65,000 and broadcast numerous highlights of his feud on his local cable TV show, and more.
Now, we'd like to show you what Jim did next, but believe me, we wouldn't dare. According to Jim's lawyer, Jim broadcast some intimate acts of love that he once shared with his former girlfriend, a home video camera, and now all of Portland. Well, the jury got a look at that, deliberated for a while, and came back and awarded Jim's Fist of Fury neighbor, remember him? $125,000 in damages.
The jury decided that it's okay to lie and it's okay to hit somebody if you get angry with them. That's what the jury told us.
What you have is a man who connived to get something from a hardworking individual like myself. Something for nothing.
So Jim not only temporarily lost his show, but his girl and $125,000. And neighbor Ed lost his girl, or was it Jim's girl? Anyway, she moved out. But one thing neither neighbor has lost is their reputation of being two of the most controversial members of this community.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
Happy noodles.
The sound you hear is that of real estate values plummeting. And a current affair, we'll be back with more in just a moment.